Among Trump's supporters, the message was hailed as a show of strength. They argue that a blunt, uncompromising stance may succeed where diplomacy and cautious negotiations have stalled. Some described it as a turning point, suggesting his leadership style, once criticized for its brashness, might be exactly what the situation demands. On the other hand, critics were swift to caution against reading Trump's statement as a blueprint for peace. Many argued that pressure and ultimatums risk undermining fragile diplomatic channels. Instead of creating space for dialogue, they warned such rhetoric could solidify resistance. Critics described the approach as provocative, noting that in volatile environments, words can act as accelerants. Still, the duality of reactions reflected a broader truth. Trump's ability to dominate the narrative remains powerful. By posting a few sentences online, he had managed to shift focus from ongoing diplomatic talks to his personal role in shaping potential outcomes. For Hamas, the choice appeared stark. The framing of the ultimatum left little room for ambiguity: comply with Trump's terms and signal a move toward ending hostilities, or reject them and risk unspecified consequences. The uncertainty of what consequences might entail is part of what gave his words their sharp edge. Hamas has historically rejected external ultimatums, framing them as attempts to undermine its sovereignty and negotiating power. Yet Trump's claim that Israel had already agreed to his proposal complicates that calculation. If true, it could paint Hamas as the sole obstacle to peace in the eyes of the international community, increasing political and moral pressure. Beyond Israel and Gaza, the remarks reverberated in global capitals. Leaders in Europe, the Middle East, and the United Nations have repeatedly called for peace, ceasefires, and humanitarian relief. Trump's interjection, framed as a final warning, added intensity to these calls, but also risked undermining coordinated diplomatic efforts. Some European officials expressed quiet concern that such unilateral declarations might destabilize ongoing back-channel talks. At the same time, humanitarian organizations welcomed any move that brought hostage negotiations back into the spotlight. For them, the lives of those still in captivity remain the most urgent priority.